people hear the name Thor, many immediately think of the Marvel superhero wielding a magical hammer. Yet, long before comic books and Hollywood films, Thor was one of the most beloved and important gods in the Norse world. To the Vikings and other Germanic peoples, Thor was not merely a god of thunder. He was a protector, a defender of humanity, and a symbol of strength, courage, and perseverance. While Odin was often associated with kings, poets, and seekers of wisdom, Thor was the god of ordinary people, the farmers, fishermen, craftsmen, and families who struggled against the hardships of daily life. For 1,000 years, Thor has remained one of the most enduring figures in mythology. His stories continue to inspire because they speak to universal human needs: protection, resilience, courage, and the determination to stand against chaos. The origins of Thor. Thor was the son of Odin, the Allfather, and the earth goddess Jord. This connection is significant because Thor embodied both the divine power of the gods and the raw strength of nature itself. His name comes from an ancient Germanic word meaning thunder, and similar gods existed throughout the Germanic world long before the Viking Age. The Romans encountered tribes who worshipped thunder gods, resembling Thor, and often compared them to their own god, Jupiter. Archaeological discoveries show that Thor's worship was widespread across Scandinavia, England, Germany, and Iceland. Unlike many gods who were worshipped mainly by rulers or priests, Thor's popularity crossed all social classes. His protection was sought by nearly everyone. Mjolnir, the hammer of the gods. Thor's most famous possession was his mighty hammer, Mjolnir. Forged by the dwarven craftsman, Mjolnir was one of the greatest treasures of the gods. The hammer could level mountains, shatter enemies, and always return to Thor's hand after being thrown. Yet Mjolnir was far more than a weapon. In Norse tradition, it was also a sacred symbol used in blessings, weddings, births, and funerals. The hammer represented protection, fertility, and the maintenance of order. Thousands of Mjolnir pendants have been discovered by archaeologists across the Norse world. These amulets demonstrate how important Thor was to everyday people. For many, wearing the hammer was a way of carrying Thor's protection wherever they went. Thor and the Giants. Many of Thor's adventures involved battles against the giants, known as the Jotnar. In Norse mythology, the giants often represent the forces of chaos, destruction, and untamed nature. Thor's role was to keep these forces from overwhelming Midgard, the world of humanity. Again and again, Thor journeys beyond the safety of Asgard to confront dangerous enemies. Whether battling giants, monsters, or serpents, he places himself between humanity and destruction. This makes Thor one of mythology's greatest protector figures. His stories remind us that courage is not about seeking conflict, but about confronting danger when it threatens those we care about. Thor and Jormungandr. Perhaps Thor's greatest enemy was the world serpent, Jormungandr. The enormous serpent encircled the world, lying beneath the oceans of Midgard. The rivalry between Thor and Jormungandr is one of the most famous themes in Norse mythology. The two meet several times before Ragnarok, each encounter increasing the tension between them. During the final battle of Ragnarok, Thor succeeds in slaying the serpent. However, after taking only 9 steps, he succumbs to its deadly venom. The story is tragic but heroic. Thor fulfills his duty despite knowing the cost. His victory comes through sacrifice, making him a symbol of selfless courage. Thor among the people. One reason Thor became so beloved is that he often appears more relatable than other gods. Odin can seem distant and mysterious. Loki is unpredictable, yet Thor is straightforward. He values loyalty, honesty, bravery, and hard work. Many stories portray him eating, drinking, travelling, and interacting with ordinary people. He is powerful, but he remains connected to the world he protects. This made him especially appealing to the common people of Scandinavia. Thor and the coming of Christianity. As Christianity spread through northern Europe, Thor remained one of the last Norse gods to lose his prominence. Historical sources suggest that many people viewed Christ and Thor as rival protector figures. Some Norse families continued wearing Mjolnir pendants even as Christian crosses became more common. The famous hammer pendants discovered by archaeologists may even reflect a conscious effort to preserve Norse identity during this period of religious change. Although public worship eventually declined, Thor never truly disappeared. His story survived through the Icelandic sagas, folklore, and modern interest in Norse mythology. The benefits of having Thor in your life. For those who draw inspiration from Thor, whether spiritually or symbolically, his myths offer powerful lessons. Courage in difficult times. Thor teaches us to face challenges directly rather than avoiding them. Life inevitability brings hardships, but Thor's example encourages us to stand firm when difficulties arise. Protection of family and community. Thor's primary role was protecting others. His stories remind us of the importance of supporting family, friends, and communities during difficult times. Strength through action. Thor rarely spends time overthinking. While wisdom is valuable, there are moments when decisive action is necessary. Thor teaches the value of taking responsibility and acting when action is required. Perseverance. Again and again, Thor faces enemies larger and stronger than himself. His stories remind us that persistence often matters more than immediate success. Honesty and integrity. Thor is generally portrayed as a direct and straightforward. His character encourages honesty, loyalty, and keeping one's word. Standing against chaos. The giants and monsters of Norse mythology can be viewed as symbols of the chaos we encounter in life. Thor teaches us to confront those forces rather than surrender to them. Inner strength. Whether viewed spiritually or symbolically, Thor represents the strength that exists within every person. His myths remind us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to continue despite it. Thor in the modern world. Today, Thor remains one of the most recognizable figures from Norse mythology. His image appears in films, books, television series, and modern pagan traditions, yet beneath the modern interpretations remains the same ancient figure who inspired generations of Norse people. He is the protector who faces impossible odds, the defender who places himself between danger and those he loves, the thunderer whose hammer stands as a symbol of strength, resilience, and hope. Conclusion. Thor's enduring popularity is no accident. He embodies qualities that people continue to admire: courage, loyalty, protection, perseverance, and strength. Unlike many mythological heroes who seek glory for themselves, Thor's greatest purpose is defending others. He fights not for power or status, but because someone must stand against the forces that threaten the world. Whether viewed as a god, a legendary figure, or a powerful archetype, Thor continues to inspire people today. His stories remind us that life's storms cannot always be avoided, but they can be faced with courage. In the end, that may be Thor's greatest lesson. The thunder may shake the sky, the seas may rise, and the monsters may come, but we are stronger than we think when we choose to stand our ground. As always, thank you for watching, and if you found this educational or insightful, then please hit the like, and if you're new to the channel, then please do subscribe. It'll be great to have you with us. So until next time, take care and be well.